Hi, friends. I have a story for us today. It's called Red by Michael Hall. It's called Red, a Crayon's Story. And if we look really carefully at this cover, we can already learn so much. So let's take a peek a little bit closer. Do you see the crayons at the bottom? If you look carefully at those crayons, all of the crayons at the bottom have an outside that matches their inside. Do you see that? Their outside wrappers match the color that they are on the inside. But look really carefully at that red crayon. Does its outside wrapper match its inside? Look again. Do you see that? It doesn't match. And that's really hard when our outside wrapper doesn't match who we are or how we feel on the inside. So let's take a listen. Red, a Crayon's Story by Michael Hall. He was red. But he wasn't very good at it. Do you see? He's tried to draw a really cool picture of a fire truck, a red fire truck. And down here it says, "Oh dear." His teacher thought he needed more practice. "I'll draw a red strawberry. Then you draw a red strawberry. You can do this, really." But he couldn't really. Do you see the ones that she drew? Those red strawberries? Look at his. Like this? Oh my. Let's try again. His mother thought he needed to mix with other colors. "Why don't you two go out and draw a nice round orange?" See, his mom knows something. His mom knows that when you mix yellow and red, we should get orange. A really big one. A really orange one. But they made a big greenish one. Yuck. Oops. It didn't work because the yellow mixing with the blue, it's going to make a greenish color. His grandparents thought he wasn't warm enough. "Your class is making self-portraits for Parents' Night. Wear this warm red scarf." Nice. It's so you. But it so wasn't. By Goldie. This one's by Teal. This one's by Perp. This one's by Red, even with the scarf on. This is orange and green. Oh, dear me. Everyone seemed to have something to say. "Sometimes I wonder if he's really red at all." That was Amber. Hazelnut says, "Don't be silly. It says red on his label." Cocoa Bean says, "He came that way from the factory." Fuchsia says, "Frankly, I don't think he's very bright." Grape says, "Well, I think he's lazy." And Army Green says, "Right? He's got to press harder." And Steel Gray says, "Really apply himself." Sunshine says, "Give him time. He'll catch on." And Sea Green says, "Of course he will." But he didn't catch on. Green frog, black sheep, a brown cow, red ack. What do you think he was trying to draw? I think it was a red ant. It didn't go well. All the art supplies wanted to help. The masking tape thought he was broken. This will help hold you together. The scissors thought his label was too tight. One snip should do it. I thought he wasn't sharp enough. Stay still now. But even with all our help and all his hard work, see, he wanted to draw red hearts and red cherries and look at a red fox and red toenail polish. He just couldn't get the hang of it. Do you see that? The stoplight, the green light, the yellow light. He wanted to do the red light, but it came out blue. And he started to get frustrated because he just couldn't be what everyone else was telling him he needed to be. One day he met a new friend. Will you make a blue ocean for my boat? I can't. I'm red. Will you try? So he did. Thank you. It's perfect. You're welcome. It was easy. And he didn't stop there. He made blue bells and blue jeans, a blue bird, blue berries, a blue whale. I'm blue. He was red, but then that's crossed out. Blue. And everyone was talking. My son is brilliant. Amber says, who could have known he was blue? Hazelnut says, I always said he was blue. Cocoa Bean says, it was obvious. Berry says, his blue ocean really lifted me. Sea Green said, all of his work makes me happy. Brown said, his blue strawberries are my favorite. Apple Green says, he's so intense. Yellow says, I'm going to make a green lizard with him. A really big one. Gray says, I hear he's working on a huge new project. And Scarlet said, he's really reaching for the sky. And he was. Oh, that is a big project to color that whole big blue sky. And that's the end of this story, you guys. Red, a Crayon story. And I love this book because sometimes, you guys, how we look on the outside isn't really how we feel on the inside. And as you get older, I think you get braver about letting the world see who you really are and having your insides match your outsides. We get braver and we also learn, right? We learn how to talk about our feelings and we learn how to know that that's okay, right? That our feelings that we hold inside, it's kind of our job to let people outside of ourselves know what's going on with our feelings so they can understand what's going on inside of us. So if you ever have that feeling that your insides aren't quite matching your outsides, that's okay. It's kind of a normal thing sometimes. But know that it's okay to talk about how you feel on the inside so that your friends can understand, right? Sometimes we want people on the outside to think about us a different way. Like, I remember being a little kid and going to sleepovers, and I really wanted to bring my teddy bear with me, but I kind of wanted to hide it, like in my sleeping bag at the very bottom. Because on the outside, I was looking like a kid that was growing up and becoming bigger and braver. But on the inside, I still felt kind of tiny. And I still wanted that bear with me. And so I hid it on the inside and I didn't let people know. And then I started to tell people that I actually brought my bear. And guess what? They understood because they had done the same thing too. So, friends, I really encourage you to talk about how you feel on the inside, to let other people on the outside know. Because pretending to be something that you're not, it's really, really tiring. And you're going to feel so much better once you let people know who you are on the inside. And the people that love you will love you even more. So that's the story of Red, a crayon story.